You made so much money from your severance package from Merrill Lynch that you were able to travel on it for 5 years. Your grandfather died at 65 and they was married for 53 years. Hey my loves, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for joining us again. I'm your girl, Interstar Eleanor. I'm joined always by my beautiful husband, Joseph Conner.
Hey.
You are on the Mamie Tatum Conner's couch. Come on in, honey. Take them shoes off, get comfortable, because today we are chatting about Love is Blind. Love is Blind is exhausting me as a whole because what the is going on? They don't have Vic and Christine in an apartment.
Which is the weirdest part about this, because at first it was just the fact that they couldn't send them to Cabo together with the rest of the couples because Netflix is broke, whatever. And then it was they didn't have, enough extra connections outside of each other. And that's the reason why they didn't go to Cabo. But they never said anything. And Netflix came out and made a statement about this, the production. But they never said, we're also not giving them an apartment. What would be the
or
purpose of that?
Any production? They're filming
or
everything.
Cameras. They filming everything themselves.
And let me tell you why I have an issue with this. And yeah, we're jumping into this. I have an issue with this because one, they seem genuine and they seem like they like one another, right? But two, he's a person of color. I would think just for, I don't know, affirmative action purposes,
Diversity reasons,
we would have as many people of color as we can.
Yeah, especially when you go into places like Ohio and it ain't no other black couples on the goddamn show.
So y'all trying to get me to understand it. In Columbus, Ohio, we couldn't find the blacks?
Come on. It's also like they're trying to ignore the elephant in the room because they're not addressing it at all on camera. No one's spoken about it. We know that even the couples, even just being couples, if you just sitting in your, apartment with your spouse, you would just be like, hey, haven't seen Christine and Vic in a while, huh?
The moment they moved in and they weren't there, people not looking around like, what the hell is going on?
I'm sure they are and did and said something about it.
But also what it is to me, and I mean this with all due respect to the production, it's lazy producing. Because I think the idea is that these other people are more entertaining because they're batshit crazy. But in truth, I think for credibility purposes, it's important to put one successful couple in there.
You need it. Otherwise, it just turns into Love Island. It just is a joke for a bunch of singles who just trying to leave here and get a Pizza Hut.
It's Love Ohio.
That's it. That's it. And that's not what you position the show as. You position the show as looking for real couples who really want to get married, for real relationships. And you do need you have to show some proof of concept here.
Literally.
I can't imagine that the Netflix would just continue to give you money to produce this show and you have no successful couples come from it.
And the truth is they keep giving you money because you keep giving us fodder.
Yeah.
And fodder only. Nothing tangible or real. Because I would even argue the reason why Jordan and Amber are still here is because she got a 7-year-old daughter. So you understand that there's an angle by which we need to do certain things in order to get good production.
Yeah.
Why is it them being in an interracial relationship? He's a black man in Ohio who's a professor. Like, also, he's the best of us.
Yeah.
Why are we not displaying this?
Didn't even realize it until that one episode where they went into his class and I was like, oh, he's a professor?
Why
they don't even talk. It's just an afterthought. They're just an afterthought.
And it's so clear that they're into one another.
Yeah.
I don't actually understand. Not only that, she's taking him back to her hometown.
Yeah.
Weird. Do not feel like, this is a true story. In my former life, I used to be with this man and he took me back to his hometown. And I'm meeting these people and I'm being polite. I'm probably the only black person they've seen in 60 years. Okay. Especially I'm put together and I'm like, whatever they thought black people were and who I am may be two different things. Let me say that. When I tell you these people were touching my face,
That's nah.
I'm not joking. Like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Look
That's
at you.
crazy.
I'm not joking. Why would you take him into something like that? If you know you had to get away, why are we getting in? And I recognize that it's just a way for us to be deeper connected. So I'm going to give her that. I don't think Christine was being malicious at all. I'm just saying, as a person who has gone through it, God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless him. Because keep a teacup close is what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, depending on what part of America you're going to.
It could get real
It
sketchy.
can get real get out.
It can get real get out. So they meet Christine's mother, and she was a very kind woman.
She was.
She said her daddy ain't shit, so do not be looking for him.
Bro, that was the one thing about the OGs, they filter is gone. They gonna give you all the truth.
But she has lived a full life, okay? It's all over her.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
If you're picking up what I'm putting down. All right. But such a kind woman. She thought Vic was hot, which I thought was odd, but also like,
Why? He's a good looking man.
you know, I worry about the fetishization of black men
And black women. We see it all the time.
and black women. I worry about that. So that's the only reason why I said it was odd. I don't believe she was being malicious at all.
No, she was sweet.
I thought she was being sweet.
Is it a thing in the world? 100%, and it's popular.
It's very popular.
But I didn't get that from her mom.
Nor did I. I just have to put it out there.
Yeah. No. It's a thing.
It's a thing. Now, Devontae and Brittany. I like Brittany, y'all. And she might just have pretty privilege with me or whatever.
She does.
But she exhausts my soul. And if I'm being honest, I enjoyed meeting her parents. However, they insisted upon themselves as well. The dad was a little too gung-ho to allow a man into the life of his daughter. And I get you wanting to be like, I understand where you're coming from and I want to go with you on this experience and I'm going to be open. But he was a little too open for me.
Well, I just thought he was a nice, I thought she came from nice parents.
Oh, no. That's a fact and not an opinion.
Yeah, I thought
they're
cute.
Wonderful people.
I thought they were super cute.
I want them to be less wonderful is what I'm saying. Give him some flack.
The problem is when we meet these people and they're complete assholes, especially to the spouses, we hate it. You know what I mean? So if I got to go to the other end of the spectrum, I'd rather live there because I hate when they meet people and they're just dicks to them.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't believe in this process, right? This is not how I envision my little girl getting married. And she's an adult and she signed up to be on the show, right?
That's real.
So I don't enjoy watching people be dicks and assholes to the people that's coming in. So I'd much rather than be like Brittany's dad than, you know what I mean, than what we've seen in the past. Yeah.
He was very kind. Brittany and Devontae have a conversation about how they're treating one another during this time and how she just needs more from him and he's not giving her enough. Brittany suffers from what she thinks a relationship would look like and what relationships actually looks like.
I 100% agree.
Y'all are not touching each other all day. So this is the thing. Let me say this. Me and my husband do everything together. We sit in silence together. We do everything together. We're not affectionate all the time.
And couple is.
But I think there's a lot to expect from someone.
It is. But no couple is. And I think the idea that like you're not really in love or you're not a real couple unless you all over each other like two horny 16-year-olds, it's just weird to me.
I think that there's a time and a place for that. I think that sometimes you are that way and then sometimes you just like, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. Like, yeah. And the problem is that she's used to this kind of attachment physically.
And it hasn't worked, obviously. But I think that more often than not, I'm just chilling is people's disposition. We talked about, those of y'all who follow us on some of the other shows, Ready to Love, right? And one of the things when we talked to Donna, one of the things Donna said she liked about Vince off camera was that he just sunk into being regular. Mm-hmm. She was like, on camera, he's like the life of the party and he's cracking jokes and he's chatting people up. He said, but off camera, he's really relaxed and really chill. He doesn't always have to be on, is what she said, which is real life. No one is constantly like on this motor of passion and love or comedy or like that's just not what people are.
Literally.
You know what I mean? We watched a show about Mike Epps and his wife doing real estate together. He wasn't cracking jokes the whole time. He's a comedian, but he's also a real person.
Also, I'm so bored of we don't get divorced in this family.
We don't believe in divorce. Who does?
As a person who has been divorced, who does?
Who believes in divorce?
I just like, people never say, we believe in happy marriages.
Yeah.
We believe in
Sticking it
healthy
out.
partnerships.
Yeah. We believe in stick.
I don't even. I believe. I don't even want you to say we believe in sticking it out.
I would prefer you say that than to say we don't believe in divorce.
Yeah, but that's true. That's true. Exactly. What I'm getting at though is that I am not teaching my daughter to be in a place simply because at one time when it worked for her, she committed to it. If it is no longer serving you, I want you to feel empowered in your body, in your discernment, and all of those tingly feelings you feel when you feel like you're rejecting something, to know when it's time for you to leave. You could be saving your own life. And I think that we put so much emphasis on, oh, you got to stay there. You got to stick it out. Sometimes, and it's like, you'll know if it's something you need to stick it out in.
Yeah.
You'll know. But I also want you to feel empowered enough to know that it's okay. Because guess what? Life goes on.
And it ain't none of our business.
More than that, it's none of my business.
I don't even know why people lead with that. I don't even know why people lead with that.
And I think that's my thing. And I would want it more to be that I want you kids to be happy.
Yeah.
And I want you kids to have a healthy connection.
Yeah.
And that is what's paramount here.
Yeah.
You sticking to some bullshit is just more bullshit. Yeah. You know what I mean? If it's no longer working for you, be empowered to know that it's okay to be in the world and make a decision boldly about your life. Not because grandmom and grandpa, she was getting knocked between the washing machine and the motherfucking dryer, but she stuck to it.
I just think you also don't have to lead with this morbid ass like bullshit. You know what I mean? You're just meeting this person. You know what I mean? So if my son brought, his new fiance to me, I wouldn't be like, women cheat and lie too. So, you know what I mean? I wouldn't, that's not what you lead with.
But I'm not telling people to stick shit out until they already in it. That's my truth.
But we shouldn't be telling people to do anything about in that world.
And that's the truth.
It's just not you know what I mean? It's just none of your business, right? Especially when you're just meeting this person.
Yeah, your expectation of their relationship means nothing. It's almost no relationship here right now.
Yeah, it's a mute point. So when we are meeting these people, especially in the initial phases, it should just be all light, airy. You know what I mean?
And it should just be, we expect her to be treated well. Full stop.
Yeah, it doesn't. We don't even need to get to dark. Like,
we ain't even got to get.
Don't leave them.
My expectation of this is that you're going to treat each other with the utmost respect. You're going to be very good to each other. I'm not telling people they need to stick it out until they're already married, because truth be told, I don't even want to put that much pressure on you before you get married.
And I just think when you're on the outside of the relationship, don't even go there unless you're invited in.
Period.
You know what I mean? If she didn't come in there and ask you a specific question, you know what I mean, about that, then you should just be meeting them with love and good energy and asking them, what type of food do you like? What do you do for fun? You know what I mean? I
don't get the feeling that, like everybody has been saying, I don't get the feeling that Devontae doesn't like Brittany. Like everybody's saying that like she's not his type and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I get the feeling that he's just awkward.
I mean, I can only go off of
what we've seen.
And I know we do this every year with Love Is Blind. It's specifically with Love Is Blind. It happens on every show. But we do this every year. Soon as somebody hit the TV screen, they got a long 10-page TikTok thread, 10-page thread on Threads about how I used to date him and he didn't buy me popcorn and he wasn't shit. I used to date her and she left me for my best friend. And everybody has their 5 minutes of conversation about their connection to the person that's now on TV, right? Literally. And now it's a whole sea of different like accusations and all these things. I don't know these people and I don't know their exes, right? So their word is not going to be bond to me because we're hearing everything about Devo. He don't like black women. He don't like women at all. He don't like tall women. He don't like short women. He don't like Latino women.
Which I
can only go with what I see, and I don't think that he doesn't like Brittany because of how she looks.
Now, I want to say this. It might not be based on how she looks. But I do feel like
That's
in the
the thing
beginning,
that people aren't talking about.
right. I do believe that he recoiled when I think he thought she would look like something else. And I mean, I think that's normal. I think she thought
Yeah,
he looked
people
like
come out of the
something else.
pies with expectations of.
Yes. Yes. Let's talk about Emma and Mike. Emma actually really exhausts me. Emma is a class A narcissist. And if y'all don't see it,
It might be you.
if y'all don't see it, and I mean narcissist in the clinical sense, not whatever shit y'all be talking about
Yeah, not
online.
the social media sense where everybody is a
Yeah,
narcissist.
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this young woman has created a human. She's almost split her brain in half, created a whole nother human. And then when she needs to be I hate to use the word victim, but when she needs to be the victim, she taps into old her. I almost don't believe that Emma's issue is her melanoma. I actually believe her issue is that she grew up in a predominantly white space, without what is her culture, and some part of her is ashamed of it, and she can't quite clock why. And because of this, she has centered the fact that she had this melanoma, which she's been saved from, had the operations when she was younger, had more than enough time to overcome. Now she's centering that.
I couldn't agree more. Somebody on Threads made the comment that Emma has a world of therapy to go through before she should think about marriage. And I would one up that. And I would say Emma has a whole heap of therapy that she needs to do before she even should think about being in relationship. This woman has not heavy on the therapy.
Heavy on the therapy and heavy on you were chosen because you're a crash out.
Yeah.
And we know that this conversation is not that it's needed, is that we want to exploit you.
Yeah, and it's clear that that's what it was. It was
Yes.
that she would rate as far as her ailment goes, as far as her nationality, and the drama
They're
and
hitting
the
so many.
all of the hot button,
Yes,
all of the
yes.
social media hot buttons.
Yes.
And I think that that's where it came from because I remember feeling like her being on the show was forced. I just remember feeling like
She
she don't really
forced it and
have
they
like
forced
they
it.
both forced it. I just remember feeling like she don't really have connections. And then it felt like she was about to leave because she knew she didn't have connections. And then they just was like, boom, here goes Emma and Mike. And it just feels forced.
And I think the problem I have with this, and I mean this with all due respect as well, you were adopted by these kind people who not only took you in to their home, made you their daughter, their siblings, their etc., but also made sure that you got all of the medical assistance that you needed to be the best version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They did not have to do that.
Right.
Like what we're missing is that they could have saw you and said next, because if what you're telling us is true, you already had the melanoma,
Right.
right? So these people say, we see this young woman and we want to nurse her to the best health that she can be so we can see her turn into. And the fact that your narrative isn't that I was loved so deeply that these people who did not know me brought me into their lives and made sure that I was the healthiest without even know. Do you know what kind of story? That's a triumphant story.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because we had someone, Ashley Janae 92 says, as someone with a physical disability, I was initially excited to see Emma. That was until I learned more and felt that she may have a little more shame over her story than I anticipated. I want more regular healed people with physical attributes that are not the norm to just be like, yeah, this happened to me, but there's so much more to me than this.
Yeah.
Let me show you how. And Ashley, I read this and it resonated with me because I didn't understand what I was feeling about Emma, but I thought that you hit it right on the head because I knew in my truth, it's not her physical ailment that's the problem.
No, I don't
It's
think it
that
is either.
it's nothing that she could do to be a white woman.
Mm.
And she can't resolve that in her brain. There's no amount of community that she's going to be given because unfortunately, she doesn't want to go look for. Why wouldn't you want to go look for your?
Why? Especially if you're worried about passing on some type of genetic trait to your children.
But fuck a genetic trait to them. What about you?
Right. But that was
You're
something,
here and now.
but that was something that she led with.
No.
Like,
You're absolutely correct. But I'm saying,
how can you even say I'm worried about passing this on? I don't know what that would mean that you would have to look into your past and whatever you might have gotten from your parents or whatever.
because Ashley, we're thinking, you, I, and everybody else is thinking what the physical ailment is that she has this melanoma. But the physical ailment that she feels is the fact that she can't be a bleached blonde white woman with blonde. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really the ailment for her. So then to be around her family and to hear that this was such a source of contention for her father was actually surprised.
Yeah, he was, and you could tell he was fucked up by it.
And not from a place where everybody has things and they grow up and their parents don't know everything. So I want to say that first. But also he genuinely was surprised.
Yeah, no, he you could tell that like they haven't scratched the surface. Like the truth of the matter is, not only do she need therapy, but she need to be in therapy with her parents.
Because it begs the question, who are you?
Right.
Because if you're around them and even when you're mad, you don't express, look at my body. Even when you're mad, you say stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So there will be some kind of inclination that these are your feelings. So to the point at which your father has no idea after he took his time and devoted his time and his life to making sure that you are a healthy young woman, that you were feeling this way, I would argue that that's not even why you feel that way.
Yeah. I would too.
And that you've created an entire different couple with the fact that to see how they coddle her in the conversation with Mike was also, although I appreciated them advocating for her, it also felt a bit like guilt.
100%.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that probably played a big part in her upbringing and why she is the way she is, because there is this theme of guilt centered around her family dynamic.
Yes. Maybe taking her away from her culture, not centering culture enough, whatever the case may be, because it can't be that these people brought you into their lives, made you feel like their child. The dad said all the older kids went away and it was just her and us. And she was basically the only child for a little bit.
Yeah.
So these people devote their lives to taking care of you.
After being empty nesters.
Make sure that you get the help that you deserve and you need. And then you would make it so that the scars on your body is the problem. From saving your life? Imagine the only way you would live on this earth is if you had scars on your body.
Yeah.
You would be mad at the scars?
Which is not like you said, which is not the issue. I'm also tired of seeing her cry every 5 minutes. Like this, if that's not an indication of somebody who need help, you know what I mean? She's constantly torn up, and I mean, she could barely get a sentence out. It seems like every other scene, she's busting out into tears. And it don't have nothing to do with Mike. The whole family dynamic was also a little...
It was off.
The sister...
Hates being a mother.
First of all, can we talk about that? She's trending on her own. Separate and apart from
really?
Emma. Yes, she was. Separate and apart from Emma, the sister is trending because she makes a declaration that don't have kids. I had mine, and I was sending them motherfuckers back. You know what I mean? And now there's a whole discourse online about, well, was it honesty or was it diabolical, right? And
I think it was honest.
Let me say this. Being an adult is understanding that you can't say anything you want out your mouth under the guise of honesty with no repercussions or consequences. Is that her truth? It could be honest and diabolical. And it could be something that could have repercussions, right? Because somebody said, it's pretty clear that her sister hates her kids, right? She's not the person you should really be taking advice from anyway. Also, feel bad for when these kids see this when they get older, right? All things, to me, no lies detected, right? That could be her truth and her right to express to her sister. But when you express them on Netflix, in a day and age where nothing that is digital dies, it could be detrimental for your kids once they are of age who see this. It could be detrimental for them to see. Okay, so here's my take, because I completely agree with what you're saying. But I read books, so I knew hyperbole when I heard it. Do I believe that she hates being a mother?
No. But do I believe she's not supported as a wife and a mother? Yes. And I think it was reductive of her to say, I wouldn't have children again, when what she really meant was, I would not have children with this man again.
But
that's what I heard.
But the problem is, that's not what she said. And what she said was almost abnormally poignant and clear. She didn't make it about her
that way, though.
But I'm just going off of what she said.
But also, I read, and that could be my imagination.
And I think it is, because she was very clear. She didn't make it a marriage thing. She didn't make it a husband thing. She was very clear and calculated with what she said. I love my children. I'll never, she did all that. But then she said, if I could do it over again, I would never have kids. You know what I mean? She was very clear about that. And again, that might be her disposition. There are women in this world who do not have any desire to have children, separate and apart from any man that they've ever met.
1,000%. And that's okay.
And she could be one of those women, which is her prerogative. But you cannot pretend and be an adult in this world that the things you say don't have consequences.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's
what
all
she
I'm saying.
said was problematic.
It was problematic, period. Because your kids are here, right? And it's not that she said, because it would have been different if she would have said, you know what? I think
you need to have a supportive spouse in order to have.
That would have been different.
Yes.
Or it would have been different if she would have said, you know what? It's hard, but I wouldn't trade my kids for anything. That's not what she said.
And that's not what she said.
That's not what she said.
And I might be giving her, now that we're talking.
You are, because
I may be giving her a little bit too much.
Because that's not what she said.
Because I love being a mom.
But not only that, when I heard it, I thought, I understand anybody. Listen, a parent complaining about parenting is never going to be somebody who I don't.
Before I even had kids, I felt like it was fine.
Right. And now, and especially having an 8-month-old, totally understand it, right?
I love it.
And I would complain about certain stuff, right? But with my kid being here and alive, I would absolutely have my kid again. She's wonderful.
I would have her 1,000 times.
And
Give me 1,000 of them right now.
And see, and that's the thing. I don't want 1,000 kids, right? I don't even need to have another kid. But the kid that I met is wonderful. I love my kid, right? Yeah. Now, is it extremely hard, especially when they're in infant age? Absolutely. But that's not what she said. She was like, no. I've met my kids and I've seen them. I could do without them. Like, that was basically what she said. That's a completely different statement from saying parenting is hard. That's a completely different statement.
But then the parents proceeded to get into a little tete-a-tete. But the dad was like, well, we'll support. Well, if she wants to have kids, she can have kids. And the mom was like, well, if she wants to have kids, she can have kids. And the dad was like, that's what I just said.
I know. It was getting awkward. The whole shit was awkward, because then you had the sister who clearly hates being a mother, and then you had the parents.
And the parents are vying for her love. It's so clear. And I think they want to be supportive. And I'm going to be clear that they did come off as supportive, and I appreciated that. But I also hope that they noticed that Mike was not the one. Mike wants children the problem is him wanting children is not the problem. Let's be clear. He can want children. You cannot convince somebody to want that with you.
But she also told you that.
That's my point.
They're both problematic, because she knew that he wanted kids. He knew that she did not want kids. And then they both said, let's go to Cabo together. It was dumb.
It was both dumb, and the production forced this.
Yeah.
Not only being forced, Emma meets his parents. I love Italians because they insist upon themselves. And yet all they did at the table was insist upon
That's all they did. And a little bit of it felt like home. It felt like being back in South Philly. It felt
very South Philly,
we went to school in South Philly, and that's
why I liked them.
It's little Italy down there. And they felt like they was fresh off the Jersey Shore, very authentic, very filterless.
Yes. And I think people took it as, I just think that's how they are.
Genuine. I mean, have you met them? Have you met one?
I didn't take it as like they were trying to like come for Emma. First of all, Emma's performative, and I think that's clocked as well.
Yeah.
And I think when you're around the people, and this is not me, I ain't going to be caping for the Italians, but I do love them down. When you're around the people who just are themselves and you start to do all this performative stuff, then they start to be smug with you too.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw with the mother. It's not sauce, it's gravy. She didn't have to do that, but she did it because she felt like you're being fake.
Yeah.
and I'm about to cut all this up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's
agree.
let's cut it to the quick. That's how I took it. Okay. And that's because some of my greatest friends are Italian. Really funny story. We were at a banquet and we're sitting next to Salima. It's me, Salima, Jules, and her dad, and we're all at the table, and John. We're at the table. Salima turns to, she sees Jules' dad, and she say, "Are y'all Mexican?" Jules said, "What?"
Oh my God.
Very Italian. Very Italian. It was hilarious because their dad does look Mexican.
Oh.
He does. He actually does. But he's actually, but he also looks very Italian.
Oh, okay.
Like very, 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 like he got the mustache and everything and the woolly hair. Love them damn.
Yeah.
So love y'all. But in real life, I felt like they were sweet people. I think that the mom was real. She was like, I don't understand this process. I don't understand why you would do it. I don't understand why he would do it. And that's just them being honest. Like, this shit is fake.
Not this shit is fake.
That's what she was thinking.
No, she was clear about that.
This shit is fake. And I know him and he be doing fake ass shit. And now he done brought you around here for some more fake shit. And now I'm on TV and y'all want me to be the one with the filter.
Yeah, right.
That's what I got from her.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I wanted Britney's parents to be a little bit more like this, a little bit more. But the problem is, not the problem. One of the beautiful things about people of color is that we're just very inviting people.
Yeah.
And then that's what we got from Britney. Her family is just kind and inviting.
Yeah.
And so they're kind and nice, but Mike's family is kind, not nice.
But I would argue, like you said, that they just kind of meet you where you are.
Yeah.
And they could be very nice, but I feel like the mama was picking up what Emma was putting down and kind of giving her the same energy.
Yes. The other thing is, what I don't like about Mike is that he's too picky. And by too picky, I mean, you've never lived with a woman and then you want to tell a woman how to live? Make that make sense.
Yeah.
First of all, also, you're not lonely enough. If you think I'm not going to have some poom poom in the house and I'm be bitching and complaining already about how she living, are you crazy? That don't even make no damn sense.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let the poom poom live. You know what I mean? Let the poom poom thrive. And then eventually I'll be like, hey, poom poom, can we do a little bit of this? At least that's me.
But you know what I think throws a lot of the guys off? Dirty women.
But I think more women are messy than we let on.
I think as a man, you don't think that.
Like, I'm messy.
I don't. As a man, as a single man, I didn't think that. And I think most single men don't think that.
But what did you
find? So when they meet one, they like.
I know, I'm real messy. I
the
know.
fuck is this? I think that's what it is. Like, most men don't have that.
I think women, the thing is, they didn't say she was nasty. He's talking about her like she's just.
But she could be nasty. We didn't really see. You know what I mean? Because we watch some of these reality shows, especially if you're watching TLC. You'd be surprised what some of these people's houses look
That's a fact. That's
right?
a fact.
Some of these people are nasty.
Exactly.
Especially the ones who don't even believe in washing their full bodies or taking showers daily. Like, some of these people are nasty.
And maybe he's trying to, but the problem I have with it is that y'all haven't even been around each other long enough for you to be critiquing at this level.
Yeah, I agree.
I think sometimes you got to let people just be themselves.
Yeah, and then do it incrementally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because everything can't be a thing.
Yeah.
Because then, would you like it if she started making everything a thing about you?
No.
Like them eyebrows.
No.
When do we do it today or do we do it tomorrow? When do we tackle these?
Nah, they Italian. They ain't going nowhere.
At all, child. At all. Let's move on to Jordan and Amber. I love Jordan and Amber. Jordan is disgusting. He lives disgustingly, and I'm certain he lives in the Jets. Do y'all know what the Jets are? I said that to Joe. Joe said, what's the Jets? I said, the projects. He lives in the PJs.
Not the PJs.
The projects. That used to be my favorite show. I don't know if I'm aging myself, but that used to be my favorite show. To this day, I will find it on Tubi or wherever and watch an episode or two.
I don't think you would be aging yourself, because I would argue that when we was watching the projects, we shouldn't have been watching it.
No.
At our age, I don't think so.
I wasn't that young.
What you mean?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I mean, in theory, it was a cartoon, but it wasn't a cartoon for kids.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The point is that stay strapped. Okay, stay ready because that area was a hot mess. He lived filthily, but at the very least, he had his own place.
Yes, he did.
He did not have any roommates.
Yeah.
He
Which
had more than
you
one
shouldn't
bedroom,
in Ohio, but carry on.
but that don't mean they won't.
That's true.
That don't mean they won't. But the bathroom was disgusting. Like,
That's what I mean. You don't know until you know, and then you'd be like, "Oh no, you're not just a clutter bug.
yeah,
You're disgusting."
yeah. But Amber handled it
Because
well.
most how you do one thing is how you do all things.
Yeah.
Right? So most people who don't even think about tidiness or clean, all of that runs together.
God.
You
What do
understand what I'm
think
saying?
about me?
Huh?
Because I'm not,
You're not dirty.
but I'm
But
not
that's what I'm
tidy.
saying. I'm saying most people, it is a cohesive problem. You're not most people, but it is. It is. Most people who are not tidy and clutter and is also dirty.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But my thing is, I can't understand how he could manage to get in his shower and
You'd be
bathe
surprised how
himself. No, I would not be so. I find that to be.
people. Yeah.
I will run. I will run. For real, I would be out of here. Now, Jordan and Amber are really sweet. Amber takes us to her home. It's so cozy. She bought this when, she just got into her nursing job with her single daughter. Beautiful home. But Jordan wants Amber to move so he can be closer to the wing spot. What are your thoughts about that?
Sometimes the wings is good. You can't get them
They ain't
lemon
never that
pepper,
good, yeah.
them lemon pepper flats anyway. I mean, first of all, he used to cook in the house. You know what I mean? So if he want to dictate, the place by food, you gonna have to give up something, sis.
Jordan meets Amber's brother. When we meet this man, I immediately think this is Jordan's brother.
I thought it was so crazy because I think I was doing something at the time and I walk into the room and I only see them on camera for a brief second when the brother walks in, and I'm absolutely under the mindset that was Jordan's brother until he said something like my sister or whatever.
Yes.
I was like, whoa.
Which made me feel like first of all the people who have been talking about how Jordan and Amber will not be together or shouldn't be together have never seen white people.
Yeah, because who's saying that?
I know a ton of white
saying?
couples. Yes. They're like, Amber would never go for a Jordan. And I'm like, have you seen any white couple ever?
Social media, y'all just be telling on yourselves how y'all never lived life before.
With all due respect. And not even like this is a white person thing. Wah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I think that they have a full understanding of what you could be.
But also,
and
why?
where you are. And I'm with you.
But also, what is this based off of? That she's a single mother with a 7-year-old. Like, what are we talking about?
Now, I did see something online, and I'm so sorry I cannot remember this woman's name. But she was verified, but I don't follow her. It just popped up on me where she said that of the men, Jordan is the best. So we're thinking that Jordan is a good guy and we're grading him on a scale. What are your thoughts about that? Or not a scale, but
A curve.
A curve.
I just don't think so. Like, I just think that everybody, especially when they watch these people appear on television, is looking for an extraordinary person. And I think that more people are regular, normal, not extraordinary than are. And so I think that when we just see a regular person who's just a solid candidate, we can tend to be underwhelmed by it.
Oh my God.
I think is a disservice to the system as a whole.
And I said this to Joe. As a woman, the moment that you come to grips with the fact that every man is 3/5 of a woman, you'll understand that if you get 3/5 of a man, you have 100% of a man. The moment you get that in your brain, life is easier.
And not only that, but again, we can't understate the fact that this is I don't know was she quoted to be aged, but this is a 40-something.
No, she's 33.
Stop it. She ain't been 33 in at least 8 years.
Well, that's what right? Mama call him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
I'm not going to go with that. So she's a 30, let's say 37 to 40-year-old woman with a 7-year-old child. Let's not get too big for our britches, as the OGs used to say. Jordan is just fine for her.
But it's also
let's just be real about that.
What do y'all think Jordan should look like? Idris Elba?
Yeah.
Should he be Jason Momoa? Or should we go Chris Hemsworth? Which one? Since we're being imaginative and the sky's the fucking limit,
But that's what
which
I mean.
one?
That's what I mean. We just comparing these regular people who are solid individuals to these like where's the standard in the movie stars? That's where the stand. He got to be Matt Damon. That's not real life.
It's not real
More
life.
people are not than are. You know what I mean? When you are starting to compare these people to all of these dynamic human beings in the world. Like I would argue that when we was watching the last season of Married at First Sight, more people are like that guy Chad who was just regular, who was arguing with productions because he was tired of filming.
That y'all couldn't understand. Why would he be arguing? He's so defensive. He's so nobody can understand. As if they never heard a man yell in their life.
But also, this
Or
is
be uncomfortable.
But this is a normal person in the world. Most people aren't walking around with cameras in their face.
But also that the standards that you all have is based on a fallacy and AI.
Yeah, it's just not
It's
real
not
to me.
real. And the problem is that y'all have this idea, well, if somebody can have it, I can have it too. Who told you that? Who told you that? Says who? She's in Ohio. He's an Ohio 7.5.
He gotta be. That's what I mean. Like you gotta know read the room.
And she might be in Ohio 9. I'm only taking the thing off because she's a single mother.
I'm about to say,
and that's
she
not
can't
even
be a
really
9.
a
You
dig.
can't be a single mother and be a 9.
No, don't do that to single mothers now.
You can't be. Let's be honest. You can't be. That is a big thing to ask somebody to step into.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what you're saying. You're saying
yeah, it's just
the
a big
responsibility of being with you is bigger than just being with you.
1,000%.
Which is why you couldn't be.
That's a huge undertaking. So you cannot be anywhere close to a 10 and come with a 7-year-old child. You just can't. That's what I mean. Like this whole thing that you deserve to just be walking into Ben Affleck is weird to me.
But the point I'm trying to make though is that I think Amber and Jordan could be just fine. I think
too.
y'all have unrealistic expectations of what love and like looks like. I think that, and that's primarily because people who are happily married or happily in like ain't on social media showing y'all for your purview. They've learned that it matters not what you think.
Right. Right. And I will argue that more people are missing happiness because they're looking for love that is based really on the opinions of social media and in the culture.
Yes. And I think also what we got to get past is people can do things one way. Like, I don't necessarily believe the way you do one thing is how you do all things. I do say that. But in truth, I believe if Amber made a big fuss of it, he would clean up after himself. I don't know why I believe that, but I know as a person who has a hard time picking up after herself, in truth, because that's how I was raised, I do it. And I feel shame when you do it. Like if Joe cleans up after himself or cleans his side of the bed and his side of the bed is all clear, I'm like, I have to get my shit together. Do I not?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if I was just alone, I would be like, push all this shit in, close the door, and then have my clean bathroom, my clean living room, and my clean kitchen. You know what I mean? But sometimes you come around people and they put a mirror or
yeah,
and it allows you to be a better person. You may not come into it whole.
Yeah.
But I think that's the point, right? Everybody's like, no, you got to be a whole you. No, that's not real life. Yeah. Like, then that means there's no room for anybody else.
It means you're a finished product, and nobody is a finished product until they are finished.
And the best of him might be what she can offer by saying, because he might not even think nothing of it.
Yeah.
And for her to be like, oh, no, we don't live like this. You got to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That's when the best of you, that's what I'm like, the idea that a man is going to clean. I mean, now I'm not caping for this man because I thought he was disgusting. But I'm also saying that, like, I don't think it's right to be like, he just would never change.
No, he's living by himself.
I don't believe that.
He's living by himself as a bachelor, the same way Emma is.
And I believe
the same way Emma don't pick up her shit. She's living by herself as a bachelorette. It's the same way you make concessions once you get with your partner.
Exactly.
And so we would have to judge after they do that. Exactly. But at the same time, somebody also asking him to be a stepdaddy.
Oh, one thing I wanted to call out. I want to go back to Vic and Christine. Vic introduces Christine to his mama, and she calls his mama by her first name. And the way that did not sit right with my spirit or the ancestor spirit, I couldn't go to sleep on it. What is happening that we not calling people Mr. and Mrs.? And not to shout out my brother, but he do this shit too. And I'd be like, no, his name is Mr. Jamal. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are not peers.
Right.
And these kids have to know that. And I don't know what world y'all are in that y'all are telling these kids that they are your peer. Just call me John. No, bitch.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a thing though.
It's so odd to me. I felt like
I feel
like it's a respect thing. I feel
it's,
like
for sure, but I think it's definitely like generational. Like
I would never meet somebody's mother and just call her by her first name.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
You would. I still have a hard time. I don't even know what to call your mom. That's how like not no bullshit. That's how I like. You know what I mean? Like because I'm like I want to be respectful.
Yeah, I think that's a generation thing. Like our generation picked that up. Obviously, the generation behind us, and then somewhere it got gray.
I'm damn near 25 years old. I still introduce my mother as this is Miss Angel. Don't play with me. You know what I mean? It's very odd. It's very odd. And could you imagine? This is Angel. One time Joe said, "Oh, Angel." Mom said, "Who?" Got them right together. He never did it again. He never did.
No, I do. I be
he
playing
didn't.
with.
No.
I mess with Angel all the time.
The point I'm trying to make is let's be respectful to the elders. Let's move on to my favorite of the night, Alex and Ashley. I hate this couple.
I do too.
I don't like either one of them. I don't see it for either one of them. I don't really give a fuck about either one of them. But they're here, so we're going to talk about it. My favorite part is when Alex called a stranger and asked them where they were in the world. And he just found out that stranger who is supposed to be his mother is in Arizona.
Yeah.
And then he let that stranger know that, oh, I was thinking about moving to Arizona too. Do you not talk to this stranger ever? I thought this was your mother.
I just assumed it was because they was sequestered and they had just got their phones back. But at the
in 2 weeks, you make the decision that you don't mention a nomad or not. Also, go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead.
Because I'm about to say nomad or not. You don't just mention in conversation, oh, I got some things I could maybe do in Arizona. I got some things I could maybe do in.
I think that when you live a life like Alex, people they can't even listen to what you're saying because it sounds like babble. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to work here. I'm going to work there. Like, what does he do? Where does he live? Nobody knows. Not
but
even
what
his
we
mother.
do know is he lies like our clock.
You know what I mean?
Yes. He lied. Not even his mother. If that is his mother. I'm not even 100% certain this woman is his mother. This man done told this woman he in finance. He was a clown. He used to deal cards at the casino. He used to jump into the water and grab the fish by the teeth. He used to do all these things.
He was a farmer. He worked at a casino.
And he got citizenship in New Zealand. What the
I would literally, like, if I was Ashley, I would literally be like, somebody please do a background check on this boy. You know what I mean? Because
the daddy's going to
talk
do it.
about a red flag. Like, he's a walking red flag.
I mean, I've never seen a red flag.
Me either.
I'm almost
in the history
scared for her.
I'm talking about in the history of the show.
And we watched Michael lie to the.
We watched a whole person lie about his whole existence, yo. And this guy's a redder flag.
He's a redder flag than that. He sits because he believes what he said. The problem, he's scary because he believes it.
Oh, 100%.
I'm a nomad and I just don't want to get stuck in Ohio. First of all, who wants to be stuck in Ohio? Second of all,
but who wants to go to Florida because they have better politics?
Then Ohio?
Another red flag.
Another red state? What are we talking about? You live in a red state right now.
He need to be in a redder state. Another red flag.
Mind you, call ICE. He just told us he ain't a citizen. Or maybe he is a citizen. Or maybe he's not. I don't know.
He definitely got like different IDs with different names on them.
So the man literally is getting like worked up. The man is talking to her father. This was the best piece of cinema I've seen in a very long time. It deserves an Oscar. Can we submit it for something? Maybe an Emmy?
Yeah.
The dad, who I also think is an awful person, let's be clear.
Yeah.
You know, twin, where have you been? Clock this mother jumping. The way he was asking this man questions, and we don't know if it's edited or not. I loved every minute of it.
It had to be edited because there's no way that the dad is inquisitive as he is. And the whole conversation was 5 minutes, 10 minutes long, whatever,
Oh
however
yeah,
long.
they were
You
there
know
for
what I mean?
hours.
They had to be,
He
and
asked more.
he definitely asked more because Alex also talks in circles a bit. And I'm almost certain that the mom had to say something or ask questions too. She didn't speak on camera.
I didn't vote, but I would have voted for Trump, and I'm glad he won.
I mean, talk about a red flag, but also everybody else at the table is red flags. He said that nobody batted an eye, including the dad.
And that's why I don't see it for nobody, for
That's why I'm
all
saying that
y'all.
nobody. They all could
I
go to
really,
hell,
no, literally, they are going.
including
The,
Ashley.
the problem is they don't believe in hell. The problem is they ain't going to hell because they don't believe in it. Okay, including Ashley though, heavy on that. You knew he was duplicitous when you were in the Mammy Tat things with him.
Oh yeah.
First of all, I don't know not one. Finance is not a career you stumble upon.
No.
You groom for that. You literally finance is something that you study so deeply, and then they push you into a finance position. And I'm not talking about, he worked for Merrill Lynch. So you were a teller at Bank of America? Because that's what the fuck I heard.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me.
Because you don't get in and out and like it's Uber driving.
Have you met a finance bro?
Like what?
Have you met a finance bro? Number one, it's so addictive. They would never, the dipping in and out, they either in or they're out.
Yeah.
Because the money is like drug money. If you do it right, you're making money hand over fist.
But also, you have to work to even do it right. You can't just turn it on like your Uber app and say, I'm going to do Uber
I'm a
Eats
nomad.
today. That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Come on. He gets on the call on the CNB. Child, I can't even say it because I'm so embarrassed. He gets on the CNBC call like he's on an actual Zoom call, y'all. And then going to tell her, yeah, I listened to the direct Jerome Powell, the, guy over the Fed. And I'm sitting there, you mean the same CNBC call we could all listen to?
Yeah.
Sis, you not frightened?
But he's a day trader. He's sitting at the table, the same table that she at with his laptop.
Have y'all ever worked from home?
That's not what it looked like. I promise you.
Joe can't even hear our voice when he working.
And I definitely can't do it without my multiple screens. Do
you know how many screens I need?
It's no way.
To do my little lowly job?
There's no way.
And you out here, you made so much from a severance package. Mind you, I've gotten a severance package from a tech company and from another company. You made so much money from your severance package from Merrill Lynch that you were able to travel on it for 5 years.
For 5 years, Zar.
Your grandfather died at 65 and they was married for 53 years. These are the things he said.
He said that.
You're a fucking liar. And the scariest part the best part about it, not the scariest, the best part about it is that the dad is the only one clocking it.
But see, that's what I mean. It had to be heavily edited or everybody else at the table is also an idiot because it's no way that he's saying all this and nobody else has nothing to say.
The dad, well, it gave me the idea that the dad does this all the time. So they probably was just like, go ahead, get it off.
Okay.
The brother said, I apologize for his behavior. So that says to me, you do this all the time.
Okay.
But the other part of this, when you're right, you're right. When the man said he has a funny relationship with the truth.
Yeah.
This man is not honest. Okay. Yeah. He said, what did he say? He said, honesty is written all over your body. I'm not saying he is a bad person, but I don't think honesty is his strength.
Yeah.
You're a goddamn liar. And then went on to say, she's terrible at picking men. And you want to know why? Because she's hot in the ass. And I mean that with all due respect. It's hard to be discerning when your legs is open. Okay? Like, but you got to open your mind.
But also,
close your legs. Open your mind.
But also, it's because she doesn't have a moral compass. Look at the guy that she picked. He want to go to Florida to be in a much redder state because it better politically aligns with the both of them. Serves her right. Go with him.
Then the mama ain't no better. If this is his mama. I don't even believe it is, yo. I actually don't believe nothing. The way that woman answered the phone as if she ain't know who the hell was calling her was weird as hell. That wasn't weird?
I think they both weird. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know. He got it from somewhere. I wouldn't know what to believe from her. I wouldn't know what to believe from him. They both homeless. You know what I mean? They all over the place. So they must be related. They gotta be.
They both home.
They doing the same shit.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Joe.
They doing the same shit. So it's like that tracks.
They gotta be related.
Yeah.
Why are you homeless? They hit me up on LinkedIn. Did you what? For what job? You was on LinkedIn?
Why are they hitting people up on LinkedIn?
But also that.
This is why we get
Also, somebody do the Googles. What do the LinkedIn say he was doing? What do the LinkedIn say his job was?
Said everything.
I need to know now.
They probably had everything.
Somebody do the Googles. I'm just done. Alex is a terrible human, but the dad clocking it was probably my favorite thing this episode, to be honest.
They all terrible humans, including the dad.
Bree is a terrible human being. I will not be expounding on that.
We all see it, like the boy in the commercial.
We all see it.
We all seen it. But what was frustrating about the conversation around Bree is too many people pretend like just the last episode was the first time that Bree revealed to herself that she was a shitty human being.
She been
Bree
shitty.
ain't shit long before she stood there and let Chris flirt in her face. It was long before that conversation. Bree wasn't shit, bro. She had a conversation with her fiance, date to their honeymoon, about how she was longing for strange dudes to be talking to her and flirting with her.
Mind you,
that wasn't weird.
Let's take it back. That was weird. On this episode, she sees Connor's home. You know, the one he owns. She rips it apart. Oh, it's a frat house. It's this, is that. Mind you, a single man lives here. What should the home look like, Brie?
But also, it was all contrived and made up bullshit. Nothing was wrong with his house. He
got a keg in the back?
His house, because he had a fucking keg.
Do you know how bad I want a keg in the back of my house?
Like what?
We entertained.
Right now. Like,
right.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Like,
but also, the house didn't look like a frat house.
It didn't to me.
She just was trying to make it into being something so that she didn't feel as shitty as she felt about not even being close to having something like that.
What's clear to me is that men have been speaking to her that way her entire life. You don't pick up this deprecating thing overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody did that to you. Yeah. Somebody said, you know what? Look at that underbite. What is going on here? You know what I mean? It's giving Crimson Chin. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. You can't do something about that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Them long ears. What are we going to do? Somebody did that to you.
They did.
And picked you apart. And then you felt like, oh, I just need to do this. He don't even got the energy for you like that.
Yeah.
That's what's weird about it. Then to the point where sometimes he's like, you're being mean.
I know.
And I'm a mean woman.
It's awkward. It's awkward because you could tell that they don't even have that type of dynamic. Like they don't just riff on each other.
It ain't like a back and forth.
So he's like, "What are you doing?" Especially when the house didn't dictate any of this commentary. She was talking to him like he lived like Jordan. Have you seen the houses? Do a side by side of it. They don't look like anything alike.
But also, girl, your house should look like that. Women build homes, but that's also the difference, right? Men have houses, women have homes. That's why it's so important to have this kind of partnership with somebody. And I'm not saying that if you're with a woman and y'all woman on woman and man on man, I'm not saying that your partnership can help you build a home. Her thing is that they're the way that you want it to look and a womb that you want to fill in when you come into your house.
My thing is
he might not have that same kind of energy.
My thing is this. If you're Brig and you walk into Connor's house and it look like Jessica's, you wouldn't be concerned?
I'd be concerned.
So then what are we talking about?
But not only that, it's a blank canvas.
Smoke.
Do you know how excited I would be if I saw a man in his home and how I'm about to tear that shit up and do whatever the fuck I want to do to it?
Especially when Brie is living in an apartment somewhere.
She's a terrible human being. The way she talked to his mom, like, oh my God, look at how he lives.
Yeah, it's
like you feel like somebody's just constantly picking at who you are passive aggressively. Mm-hmm. And that's what she is, a prick. A passive-aggressive prick. And I really do not like her. And I love mean women. I find her to be different, though.
She's nasty.
I think when I say mean, I mean you be a woman with boundaries. You don't have to be a woman that pick a man apart because they will. The thing about men is that we say lead by example because some of these men will pick up your behavior and double it. And then you be looking like, damn, this ain't what I wanted. Mm-hmm. Oh, you fat, your legs is this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he's a kind man, if you have the opportunity to meet somebody who's a kind man, keep him a kind man.
Yeah.
Don't curmudgeon him. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that for him. And I feel like she's just an ugly human being.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so, she's ugly.
Yeah.
And the thing about the producers is that they knew she was ugly when they casted her.
Oh yeah, and they thought this is provocative. This is gonna get the people going.
And it did. I could call Chris a bunch of things that you already have called him. I mean, it goes on and on. He's been all the things. Rumpelstiltskin, a Hobbit.
Chris is getting destroyed. Chris probably can't open his phone up. Every time I open my phone up, I see a new meme of Chris pictured as a small person next to other people who are pictured as giants. It's 1,000 of them online right now.
So this is what I want to say. Chris did not change up because he saw Jessica's home. Chris changed up because he was always a terrible human being. And I want women to not align their successes with somebody's disdain of them.
Yeah.
He's just a terrible human.
Yeah.
He was always going to be a terrible human, whether she had a Bugatti or didn't.
Yeah, it didn't.
It wouldn't matter. Do I believe that men can be intimidated by the things that you have? Yes. But I also, but more than that,
make it out to be.
More than that, I believe you just picked a trash mother. Mm-hmm. More than that, right? And in this case, that's what happened. She just picked a trash human being and missed all the opportunities where he was actually a trash human being, and he showed himself much earlier. Him being fake was just hard.
Yeah.
Like I said, I believe that they're the place where people, you know what though? I don't be believing people as jealous of y'all as y'all think they are.
They not.
I don't think.
But I say that all the time. So I say that all the time. I just think y'all put way too much stock in that. And I think it makes y'all feel better about yourselves in a sense. Like, oh, he left me because he was intimidated by me. Or that's not like.
No, he's just a trash human being.
Yeah. Like,
and he could be just that.
Yeah. And period.
And he is just that. Like, I want to be clear. Jessica's home was phenomenal. No notes. Okay. Stunning home. The bedroom, sexy as hell. I can't understand. The problem is y'all want a man to look at y'all like y'all look at a man. See, you would have went into a man's home and saw all that and have been like, oh, girl, I'm never leaving.
Right.
And you think a man is supposed to do the same thing. No, that's not how men work. No. You cannot judge them by that, right? He's a terrible human being. He still wants to be out in the street. She doesn't. He 30 years old. I need to be able to do this and do that. He
was done with her the minute he saw her. He just couldn't act and pretend anymore. But he was done with her the moment he saw her. And I don't know what's going on with his eyes, because comparing her to Bree is insane. It's laughable. It's Bush League.
We're talking about not only that, but what was nasty work was that you could have been unattracted to Jessica. There's a world where that exists where you don't have to pick apart her body.
Oh, 100%.
I'm just used to women who go to Pilates every day. I don't think y'all know what women who go to Pilates every day look like. Because when I go to Pilates, they like all Jessica. Got bellies.
But the thing about it is, I'm never going to pile on to somebody who just isn't attracted to their partner, right? That's just
especially in this
especially in this climate. We can't be all love who you love. You can't help with who you love and then shoot people who are like, I'm not attracted to that person. We cannot do that. Those two things can't exist. This is not the case here, though. We can all acknowledge that there is a general standard of beauty in the world, right? We may not have to subscribe. We don't have to subscribe to it. But what Chris is trying to make us believe is that he has Jessica and he saw Bree and he thought that Bree was just so much prettier than Jessica. I think even Stevie Wonder could see that that's bullshit.
Stop playing on Stevie Wonder eyes.
I don't even know what he's trying to get at. Maybe it's more heavy onto I think Bree has a yoga body or whatever compared to Jessica. Maybe that's his thing. Maybe Bree is giving more sexual invitation than we see, and Chris is picking up on that. But it definitely can't be that you actually think Bree is prettier than Jessica. It can't be.
But the stupidest part of this is that you go on a show called Love is Blind, then get into a confessional and say, well, I need to be attracted to him because I'm not 80 years old. And it's like, yeah, you're right. But you went on a show called
You went on a show where you marry a person blindly. So, yes, this was the wrong show for you.
Men are not lonely enough. My PSA for the day, and I really have we got to get into everybody standing around and listen to this man talk. But my PSA for today is we have to stop sleeping with men. they are not lonely enough. They are the bad bitches. They literally think they could be 5'5", come in with. Have y'all seen this man? He don't even have a Pilates body. Imagine you don't even have a Pilates body, and then you want somebody else to look like that.
It's asinine. It's so stupid.
It's so stupid. We have to stop sleeping with these men, and you must do it, darling. You must. And let me tell you how I know it works, because they did that shit over in Asia. They stopped sleeping with the men. They said, you know what? Y'all don't know how to act. We're done.
The truth of the matter is, you sleeping constantly with the wrong men.
Stop messing with them all.
The shitty men, because we know that's never going to happen.
Right.
The shitty men in the world their line has to get shorter. And the problem is, it's not shorter. I don't know a red flag ass fuckboy who don't have a harem of women in his cell phone. Not one. And I'm
y'all
talking
love
about,
it.
And I'm talking about personally or commercially on TV. I haven't seen one yet. Every Nick Cannon in the world got endless offers.
Connor is going to be fine.
Every future in the world got endless offers.
Connor. Chris is going to be fine.
Chris going to get off this show and have 10 women in his DMs tomorrow.
Because
and
y'all love to be like, he like me.
Guess what y'all hate? Jordan. Y'all constantly fucking the wrong ones. And then the right ones is, well, he too big and ugly.
But you know
what? There's nothing wrong with
me?
Jordan.
Y'all don't know the difference between right and wrong. Stop doing it to everybody. That's how I feel. Because I don't even trust that you know the difference. But we know that's not happening. Y'all sit up. We have this conversation. Everybody now knows that you all are broken up. Chris goes and talks to Connor like Connor is his friend. You would sit in this man's face to act like you felt a way about breaking up when really what you was trying to clock was how him and the John is doing. Brie. That's really what you was trying to do.
Which is weird is he didn't even ask him about Brie.
But you got a dog that'll give a bone. You got to bring a bone to get a bone. And that's how dogs work. He thinking, oh, I'm going to go over there and say what I need to say. And Connor going to offer up something Connor didn't catch. He didn't do that.
He didn't.
But I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, I don't care what nobody says, believe that man thought, oh, he going. And equally as insidious is Brie. Because you knew.
Oh, 100%. But that's what I mean. Brie laid this groundwork in Mexico. Chris only even decided to broach that door because he knew from the conversation and the interaction and the body language and the vibes that he got from Brie back in Mexico. He knew, oh, this door is open. She made it very clear. She made it very clear to Netflix, the production, Chris, and everybody else who would listen, including her fiance, that she was open for business.
And then you weird ass bitches, and I mean that, you weird ass bitches sit up in his face and then try to have a conversation with him like whatever the fuck he's saying out his mouth makes sense. Are you bitches slow?
Because they value attention more than they value money.
You bitches are weird as fuck. And the idea that you would even sit around him, because my thing is, I could argue, how could you even be cool with that shit?
Right.
I wouldn't even be cool with that. Like, and Joe know, we could have some things in the pipeline that I was like, because I can't agree with the way you handle some things, I don't even really want to fucking talk to you. I don't need to, we don't even got to talk. About what? You know what I mean? Y'all in it though. I wasn't even in it.
Yeah.
Y'all are in it. And y'all can see how that affect that girl, and then y'all will turn around. And not to say everybody gotta be friends, but just on some shit like, but people are nosy. And like you said, people want their little 5 minutes. Oh, and then what else happened? Like, girl, please.
But it like I said about Ashley, people lack moral compass, right? And so it really mattered not, that he was in a insidious human being.
Yes.
It mattered the fact that he was giving them attention.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They knew that it was a drama situation. They was going to insert themselves into it and
it's
keep
the Handmaid's
about
Tale
it.
and the Captain's Wives.
Yeah.
Y'all bitches think because y'all in a blue dress, for some odd reason, y'all less oppressed than we are. Bitch, we all oppressed.
Yeah.
If he could talk about her, he could talk about you. And that's his character. The realty is that that's his character. Men and women have historically not been attracted to whomever, right? You don't have to be nasty about it.
Yeah.
That's his character. And then y'all sit up there and then you have a conversation and he asking you, is it even the best you ever had?
And you answering them.
This is the conversation of a little ass boy.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people married a person that's not the best they ever had?
Why would you even answer him though?
What kind of weird ass shit
your
is that?
fiance is literally 20 feet away from you. and you talking about your sex life to another man who you used to date. It's like Bree Ben ain't shit. That's why I don't understand this realization now, social media, that oh well, I can't believe Bree's not a girl's girl.
But they going get married.
Who?
Her and Connor. Because she know just how to manipulate the moment. Imagine. But this is the problem. Little men. Hear me, darling. Little men, listen to me. Y'all have to change the narrative behind y'all. He's not mad or intimidated because she got a house. He's mad because he's 5'5". You know what I mean? And he's going to make the world pay for it.
Talk about a Napoleon climb.
Like, are you kidding me? Imagine you are 5'5" and you want to request that a woman has a Pilates body. Mind you, you managed to find a woman who was less than 5'5".
Right.
You're the tall one in the relation. They're going to say it ain't even about height. I've dated women taller than me. Oh, what is happening?
I don't know. But we need to stop listening to him talk. That's the problem. Like,
that's the big problem. And on that note, your 15 minutes of fame are up. I'm done with you.
Yeah, let's move on. And just one note to the production. Stop bringing these people back. When Chris leaves, leave him off.
Trash.
Kia is
garbage,
gone. Leave
jail.
Kia off. Tyler is gone. Leave Tyler off. We don't got to keep rehashing and reliving all this bullshit because they were performing to get on the show.
Y'all did not want to date that man because he was driving a Sentra or whatever car, little ass car he said he had. Y'all heard him say that and y'all said, oh, he's a brokey. I'm done. You will never get me to believe otherwise. Because looking at all these other people, y'all had the least issue.
Yeah. Y'all had the least issue, but the truth of the matter is, for me, it was a competition thing. You know what I mean? The truth is, y'all talk about being girls. The truth of the matter is, Kia saw that he was going for Tyler and was insulted by it for somehow, and vice versa. Tyler saw that he was back and forth, and her competition was Kia, and she was insulted by it because she pushed herself at a height. And now y'all quote unquote friends, and it's
because y'all survived,
come on, bro. It's bullshit. And what I'm saying is, let them do the podcast circuit.
Yeah, trash.
Stop bringing them back to Netflix to then rehash this whole shit. They wanted to do this whole storm out. I won't do this. You know what I mean? What I'm telling you, they let them do all of that shit off camera. Let them do all that shit off camera. Stop giving them camera time. Because we're not talking to
nobody else.
Right. We can't even get Christine and Vic on camera. We bringing back motherfuckers from the pods. Why are we doing this?
Y'all still ain't talking to Christine and Vic. Y'all talking to everybody else.
But Christine and Vic.
Bust down. Where are you in the season? What are you thinking? Who's your least favorite? I need to know. Buy us a coffee. Okay. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I'm your girl, Intisar Eleanor. I'm joined always by my beautiful husband, Joseph Conner. And you are on the Conner's Couch. Bye.